You come back into Christchurch and it's a bit chilly, but we've got time to have a look at one of the problems that came to be after the Canterbury earthquakes. Now, Jeremy, we've got a property behind us here that caused a little bit of grief.
Yes, this is actually a recent unit development where the building itself, as you can see behind me, is one big building. Actually, and behind it there are a couple more. But it's on one parcel of land, it has one address point, and it has two road frontages. Now, within that single building, there are multiple units, multiple rating units, multiple fire units, and it's a very good question as to where all of those are and how emergency services can find them and be sure that they're all cleared and safe and inspected. On a more peacetime sort of level, it also comes into play with local governments attaching rating information and all other sorts of information that you use to manage these sorts of properties. One of the key things following the earthquake that we discovered is that this really ties into associating the correct data with the correct part of the property. So you need a building footprint, you need a cadastral parcel, you need an address point, you need potentially a 3D model or a 3D cadaster or some other way to partition off all this information so it's easy to manage and easy to interpret.
And you can probably imagine that there are buildings in your area where you don't quite know where the entrance is, if it's on two adjoining streets, what its exact address is, all sorts of problems. How are these going to be overcome?
Now, as a part of the Canterbury SDI project, LINZ are working on a framework called the Property Data Management Framework, which seeks to propose a way that all these data can be related to one another and a model for which councils and any other organisation or authorities can in fact associate all their information, and it's all standard across the board and it's all efficient and everyone knows exactly what they're looking at, where it is and what it's supposed to be.
Most important, especially after a disaster like the earthquakes. Thanks, Jeremy.
My pleasure.